Hello YouTube.
Namaste.
Namaste. We're back again with a follow-up to the Q&A that we did about Buddhism, because it raised quite a lot of very interesting questions. So there have been a few very good conversations going backwards and forwards about this, which have been very interesting. So I've written them down. The first question was about karma, as in, like, do you believe in karma? Like, what are your thoughts on karma? So, what are your thoughts on karma?
I don't necessarily subscribe to the do good things will happen to you. I think that it's more just being aware that we have to be better people because we want to be better people, not because we are expecting something in return for it. And yeah, it's been kind of one of the ways in which a couple of friends have said, why Buddhism? Why are you... And much of it has been like what you said in the previous video about how Rinpoche being the person with which things clicked. And it's the, but I guess that ultimately it's kind of giving me a framework to be a better person, both me just sort of feeling better about myself and being a more sort of, I don't know quite how to phrase this, but yeah, I just feel as though because I'm being a better person, I shouldn't, and it is one of the things...
But better things do can't, like, I totally believe in karma, because it is the law of cause and effect. Like, there's no denying that whether you call it the butterfly effect, cause and effect, karma, there is a link. There is cause and effect. It's just something that happens. Like, if you're a positive person and you're putting positive things out, it's infectious. So people will bring positive things back to you. If you're a grumpy dick... people are just going to be like, can't be bothered with you, because cause and effect. So I do subscribe and believe in karma, because it's something, it's not something you can reach out and touch, but it's something that you can very obviously see. However, obviously in Buddhism, because there is the belief in rebirth, in reincarnation, which is it's a difficult one for Westerners to kind of follow. Like, obviously it's not something that I'm 100% sold on, because, you know, it's there is the belief that your karma from your previous lives is now affecting what you're doing now. And so this is why I love these questions, because this is actually really, really interesting. So I'll try not to waffle on too much. Sorry. Okay. While I don't believe that my karma from my previous life is affecting what's happening to me right now, I do believe that my karma from my previous life, as in before I moved to Scotland, because before I moved to Scotland I had a different name. Like, I have like an ex-husband behind me, I have like this whole other life that is completely different to how I am as a person now. So I do believe that my karma from my previous life, as in my life before Scotland, has affected my life as it is now, because of cause and effect. So while there is this thing of like, oh, your karma is ripening, to me that is just things that have happened 10 years ago have had a knock-on effect as to why I am like I am now, and how I've ended up in Scotland and why. Because, again, it's not something you can reach out and touch, but I can pinpoint what action had a knock-on effect to meeting you, to like moving to Scotland, like, as an example. So
fair enough.
My thoughts on karma are it's cause and effect. It's just one of those things that what you put out into the world, you get back. If you're an arsehole, you're not going to get great things back, because people don't want to deal with you. If you're a nice person, then that attracts like-minded people. So yeah. That's my 2 pence on karma.
I guess my thing is more, I'm not doing this with an ulterior motive.
Yeah, because that is a whole other thing that there at the end of every practice, you give away any merit. So if it's this thing of I'm doing this to obtain good karma, to do good actions, because ultimately you're practicing for the benefit of all sentient beings. And obviously that includes yourself because you are a sentient being. However, at the end of every practice, you dedicate any merit to all sentient beings and you keep none of it for yourself, because ultimately it will come back to you.
Yeah.
But you don't do it for the stuff that comes back to you.
Yeah.
Which is one of those weird ones.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm practicing being a good person for everyone, and obviously everyone includes me, but I don't want any because it will come back to me anyway.
Yeah,
yeah, but ultimately, yeah, that is it. That for me, it's cause and effect, and I guess for you, it's about being a nice person, but not because of what you get out of it. But that's what makes you a nice and good person. That you're doing it.
There aren't ulterior motives.
For the sake of being a good person and not for what you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Karma. Ta-da!
Yay! Next question.
The next question, I may rant a little bit. I apologise in advance. Buddhism and vegetarianism.
Yeah.
So, when you take refuge, so when you become a confirmed Buddhist, you take a set of vows. So this isn't the same set of vows you would take if you were becoming a monk or a nun. They have like hundreds and hundreds of vows. You are taking a very short set of vows, and those vows are to practice for the benefit of all sentient beings, not to harm or kill, to be respectful. Like, they're very, very basic things. The big one is that you are making a commitment not to kill or to harm other people or animals or any sentient beings. This is where my bugbear comes in, because that encourages you to be vegetarian.
Minimum.
But you don't have to be. But to me, and I've had this conversation, I've talked at Rinpoche a lot about this, because he eats fish and meat and I massively disagree with it.
Yeah.
And Kempo covered this as well. When we did refuge, he did refuge while we were in Nepal. He explained you should be vegetarian or aim to be vegetarian unless you have to eat meat. No one has to eat meat.
Yep.
No one. But the Dalai Lama eats bloody meat.
And you shouldn't.
Because for health reasons. No, this is so, like, I'm not a militant. I'm
just aware that I said, well, you shouldn't.
Exactly, because I'm not a militant vegan by any stretch. I'm a very calm vegan, but when it comes to Buddhism and vegetarianism and veganism, it makes me so angry, because it's the, you should be unless you have to eat meat. You don't have to eat meat. So, and if you're making a vow to not harm anything, you're harming something by being vegetarian. Like, it just makes me so angry, because it's this whole loophole thing of, well, if you have to eat meat, just be mindful of where it's come from and meditate on that, and don't forget to, say a prayer for the animal before you eat it. And I'm like, that doesn't make it okay. And then sorry, I'm just going to rant. And then there's puja. So puja is like this big get-together, and there's food involved. And what happens is you do your practice, and it becomes sacred. It becomes... what's the word I'm looking for? It becomes special. And lamas and people who have taken like more vows, like very specific vows, to like abstain from alcohol, so they do not drink at all, can drink beer at a puja, because it has become this special item. And people eat meat at puja because it's no longer flesh, it is this special thing. I'm like, no. So last time Rinpoche was here, we did a puja. And he explained, you know, yep, we drink alcohol, we do like basically everything you've abstained from, you can do it at a puja because it's special. And I kind of told him in no uncertain terms that there will be no meat present and I will not allow meat to be there because there is zero reason that it should be, it's not acceptable in the slightest. So we had soy milk meat instead. And we used soy milk instead of real milk. And yeah, it just makes me so angry because it's so needless. So the short answer to the question is vegetarianism is encouraged, but it is not mandatory, enforced, because there are ways round it through, while you are eating something, it allows you to then practice and bring more benefit to the world than that animal would, which is not acceptable.
No. One of the things which I thought was interesting
so angry.
Was when we were in Thailand. There were, in the supermarkets there, they had pre-made sort of alms packs to give to the monks. And that contained things like fish oil and it's just like, wait, what? And
but I kind of understand
from their perspective. It was, this is something that's been given to us, and if we don't use it, it is wasteful and it's disrespectful. And it's like,
that I understand, and I'm like vaguely okay with.
Yeah, that's difficult, but
see, this is again where the anger comes in. So with monks taking alms, which is where they survive on what the community gives them, to me, I am angry at the community for knowing full well that they have abstained from harming and killing things, but they give them meat.
Yeah.
I can understand from the monk's perspective that they have been given this, it would be disrespectful not to have it, and ultimately they are living off of the generosity of other people. But the people shouldn't be giving it to them in the first place.
Yep.
The same as when we were in Thailand and there were food stalls in the temples, cooking and selling meat, and it's like, you're cooking and selling meat on temple grounds. How much more disrespectful can you get? But it just seems to be this thing where it's encouraged but it's not enforced by anyone.
No.
But in the pool there was a fellow vegan who got equally angry when they were like serving chicken at the monastery, and all of us had a good rant together, so yeah.
Yay! That was
I hope that answers your question. I'll stop ranting now. Do you believe in a higher being or deity or God or creator?
No. I am not a fan of the intelligent design. I am very much a we have evolved. I am do I believe...
There are lots... So this covers like a lot of things, because obviously there's the ones that we would have grown up in the West. So you have got Judaism, Christianity, what else have we got? Mormons.
No.
And then you kind of go into like Hinduism, which has got a lot of gods, and. The short answer for me anyway is no, because it's just something that's never kind of clicked with me. I was taken to Sunday school for years, and
nope.
I don't believe that there is a higher being out there who I can kind of ask to fix things for me or to do things for me. It just doesn't. It's just not for me. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Snap. As mentioned previously, my parents did not murder me or my sister with religion, so this is something that I've found under my own steam. But yeah, again, I think that's one of the reasons that Buddhism appeals, is there's someone who's going to make you better. You.
Yeah.
You're the one who's going to do
And even then, like, Buddha's not going to do it for you.
Yeah, you
You have to do it. He's just there as like a guide. Because this is the other thing. All of the Buddhist teachings, they were given to people individually. So they're not even necessarily, like, applicable to you. So everything, there's a lot of interpretation. It's open to interpretation. So yeah, it doesn't quite work out with, you know, being Buddhist and believing in a higher power, because we've gone with a teacher who is, you do this and that's it.
Yeah.
And that works for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something that's never worked. Like,
no,
it just doesn't work for me.
Nope.
But hey,
there you go.
The next and last one is about tattoos, because, and again, this is a very interesting one.
Oops.
In Thailand, monks do tattoos. They do religious tattoos. In Tibetan, which is the kind of ones that we study, I don't think there is like a tattoo-based culture, but I know there is in Thailand. We have had Thai tattoos done. Well, I've got Thai tattoos. You've got a bamboo tattoo. The tattoo on the back of my head is a Thai Buddhist style one. It means enlightenment, which I found out after it was done, and it certainly was an enlightening experience. I've also got on my stomach, I've got Thai Buddhist tattoos there as well. I haven't had them done by a monk, because monks will not touch women in Thailand, because they're like lower beings. We kind of covered this before in the other video, but I've not had them done by a monk, but I have Thai tattoos. Now, the question kind of went into a bit more information as to, like, are your tattoos, you know, like portals were mentioned, do they have specific religious meanings, or, you know, is there a reasoning behind them? For you, you have Godzilla.
Yeah, I do.
Other than being like a huge Godzilla fan, an anime fan, because you've got anime on your legs, yours are not for any kind of deep and meaningful kind of philosophical meaning. I mean, like, that one kind of is. But
at the time I got the lotus done, I wasn't Buddhist. It was the aesthetics of it. It was no, I don't think this is, which it makes it interesting that then
had the knock-on effect. Rinpoche has mentioned that he finds it interesting that we've had our palms done, because that is kind of a portal opening considered in Buddhism. I imagine in lots of different religions, but he found it interesting that we had that done. Other than that, mine have no real spiritual meaning.
No.
I suppose my Buddha does.
No.
But that was for a completely different reason at the time.
No.
I have tattoos purely because I grew up around heavily tattooed people, and my uncle is a tattooist. So I have tattoos because, to me, that is the norm. It's just what you do. There is no kind of deep and meaningful reason behind having a Hello Kitty.
I dug them. I always dug the aesthetics of them. And yeah, I'll freely admit, all of my tattoos, it's purely been, I've seen the image and gone, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. Some of them, there is a reason or a story behind them, but it's never anything like too hugely deep and meaningful.
Yeah.
Not for me anyway. Like.
Yeah, it's like the Godzilla foot stomp was from Shin Godzilla, and we saw it on the stickers on the floor of a department store in Tokyo, and I thought, that's pretty badass. So
there you go, it has a cool story behind it.
But the foot stomp does not signify anything other than the fact that I really dig Godzilla. Yeah, I mean, this is not symbolic of anything. Actually, no, that's not true.
For some people, they do have symbolic placement, symbolic imagery. Like, yeah, we've got the heart from my engagement ring. We've got the Incans with, like, that's Leo's name and that's my name. We've got matching ones on our finger which is our surname
as a monogram.
As a monogram.
Thank you, Bob.
Yep. Shout out to Bob who designed our cartoon booklet of what was going to happen. That's it, wedding service. So yeah, some things have an interesting story, some things don't. But for me, anyway, even like with placement,
yeah,
not really.
No.
With me, if there's a gap, you can throw a tattoo in there. Certain shaped things fit better in certain places, which is why I've got them, like back of my head. But personally, there's no huge kind of deep and meaningful thing behind my tattoos, just interesting, occasionally funny stories.
Yep.
So yeah, there you go. I hope that has answered your questions. If you do have any more questions,
or if what we've said has raised more questions,
indeed, or it was mentioned that like maybe people would want to know more about tattoos. If you want to know more about our tattoos, let us know what you want to know, and we will endeavour to answer. As for, oh, what do they feel like? They hurt. They suck.
Yep.
No matter where they are in the body, they suck.
Yep.
So that's covered that one. But yeah.
I second that.
Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe so we can hit that magic 1,000. If you have already,
thank you so much. We very much appreciate it.
And yeah,
you have allowed us to get where we are. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Check us out on Patreon, and yeah, we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.